digging away at like our thoughts as they come along. And for the most part, is we've gone to the place of setting the right intention for how you want it to be, and also be able to ride the waves with the people who are in the room, depending on who comes through, if it's not of a planned panel. And I could say that also, I really enjoyed it, Rum, when I sat into the room with you and Dr. Petty, where you just were so good with running it on time. You have the agenda, you let people know clearly that, well, that he will talk for however long doing the presentation, and then telling people, get ready, prepare your thoughts and your questions so that you can either write it to you or they can come and ask the question, but they will only get however long, like 10-15 minutes to ask their questions, and then that's it. And then leave them wanting more. So really do appreciate having sat in on how you successfully ran that room. And whoever would like to chime in, feel free, and I can share a bit of my experience having been involved in a conference a few months back after this.
So thank you so much, Katie, and nice to see you, Robert and Scorpion and Bigby. Really appreciate your kind comments and positive feedback. That timing is out of necessity because, as you know, Dr. Perry is extremely busy and he only gives me 1 hour plus all the people who are in those rooms. Since we have been running them regularly, maybe we have already done 4 or 5 of them. So people always have questions from the previous session, or so I know that there are many questions that people want to ask. But sometimes Dr. Petty have this whole presentation. We prepare this presentation where our idea is to share the knowledge, and people sometimes take a long route in terms of getting to their point. And I try to see whoever is present on the stage that they all get a chance to ask questions. So I do request them to keep the questions within 60 seconds time limit, or close by, and keep the question to one point. Otherwise, previously it became like one person having a discussion with the doctor back and forth, like 5 questions, and rest of the people were not getting the time to get their questions heard. So that's why when you joined, it was kind of more refined because of the previous few experiences. But it went well, and I usually tend to run out of my own focus and attention. In 1 hour is the max I think I host my rooms for. Like, I'm coming from this room of space medicine that I just hosted. That was also 1 hour, a similar kind of format. But because that's a newsroom, we do go into discussions over there, and the time limits are not that tight. And in terms of small room, that's my preference. I have not personally planned any marathons. I have been part of those marathons where I kind of frequently went in and out of those rooms, especially